Hello. This is Torrington et al., Chapter 18. Again, learning and development week this week. And uncovering the gap between what we need to learn and what employee needs to learn. Should be analyzed, and this is a context given really bigger picture from governmental involvement and employer involvement within previous video. Or within previous chapter. Now I started to look after more small steps what you can do. It is telling, okay, and identifying learning and development needs assumes existing skills, but a need for new ones to improve performance and cope with job changes, external environment. And this is the change and the need, and the government wants improvement, and they want better and high-skilled employees and people in society. Therefore, it is becoming learning and development becoming really important. Obviously, we try to create some different or we try to create a value at the organization. So by the help of these new skills, so it is going to give some competitive advantage. Let's say it's going to give better off in terms of our business. Therefore, this is learning and development should be emphasized again. And however, it is a difficult task because even there are some techniques to diagnose the need of learning and development or training itself or skill. It is really difficult to diagnose because time is changing and external environment keep changing. And UK Skill League table position concern about management skills. It is mentioned. We mentioned a little bit at previous chapter. And common acceptance to identify skill gaps, those slow due to learning development being seen a cost and not an investment. So this is a controversial point, and little attention to learning and development. Another one is this one, last one. This effect on the individual and economic performance. Okay, so this is steps our chapter is telling us. Okay. Now, next slide. Okay. So, to bring you some life, your own experience, and to bring your own experience with this subject, I just want to ask you, list 3 aspects of your current learning you enjoy most and why. And this question is going to prepare you for this chapter, I believe. And it's going to give you some jolt to remind bring your experiences and some recollections from your previous experiences. I presume you have this kind of trainings in your job. So one of the research is coming here on the next slide. Oh, I didn't put the title. Very good. So this is the one of the research. I picked one of the research. It's coming from 2013. and training styles, training methods, as well as their type, and training done workplace or outside. So is it in-house? So in that sense, you can have formal training. What you can do, you can go sit as you do in undergraduate or masters. You do this kind of formal training. And however, if you consider you are working in one organization, and you can have some training at work, and so this is called workplace trainings, and kind of workplace trainings are about a bit informal and formal combination, and yeah, these are the type. And also you can consider who is delivering those trainings. Is it external or in-house trainees is doing? Who is providing those? We've seen in many cases our organizations, our organizations are giving this kind of training as well. Yeah. And next slide is again training approach in the job. This is one of the I pinch this slide and the next two slides as well. One from one of professor, and in the job and on the job rotation, and out of job, outplacement, retirement. So these are starting with recruitment. When employees started recruited, this is the slide. I think this comes really late. In the job, into the job. So you meant to have a previous knowledge and education, and so if you are having that knowledge and skills, you are probably highly likely get a training, highly likely get job. And so your job, yourself needs to be integrated with organizational culture, organizational knowledge. So therefore, training programs exist. Then on the job, job rotations exist. If you are working in purchasing department, you can go to the production planning department, or you can go to other sections, finance, accountant department. So you can learn from different departments. So this is kind of job rotation, and out of job is similar to like you are waking up in the morning and going to place, not to your work. This is simply circulated area, and so this is out of job. So these are the types of. This is the next slide is again another professor's slide. This is really a nice one because on the left, as you can see, dynamic and standard trainings. Standard training starting from literature. You are reading a book. You are checking articles. So on the right at the top, as you can see, dynamic and group role play. So you are literally playing and presenting some better. So to learn, you are presenting and you are simulating some roles, and you are learning from each other. So this kind of very, very extensive, I think, slide, that one. And off-job learning and development. Off-job learning and development mainly is structured because it is given by professionals from outside. So you can pick a subject or skill to learn from basic training to high level of drama classrooms. For this, this is external, and you can select However, if you do on-the-job training, if you are taking in-house trainer, you may struggle to find those skills can teach or can gain, because no one has got that skills in the organization. So many organizations still prioritize off-job education and training courses in large organizations, and there's a window on practice. In our textbook, it says training fire and rescue staff, how they train off the job. Okay. Yes, you can always read that one. On-the-job training, on the other hand, is kind of unsung hero, because employer don't see the cost of that training, because it's given implicitly in organization, within organization, where real work happens, and potential kind of on-the-job learning is try to capture the potential of learning from the real experiences, because the problems and issues are happening at work, and other employees can benefit from how previous or experienced staff is dealing with problems. Challenges here on the right, I would like to say effectiveness cannot be taken for granted. Major problems where managerial support is lacking. So this is one of the critical on the job learning. If you are designing your training program on the job learning, you need to reflect these challenges. Okay. Some questions are here again, reflective questions. So these questions are trying to embark your perception into the subject. So it's asking 3 examples when you learn on the job. What were the most positive aspects? So you are expected to do some reflections to evaluate and embrace this subject. Okay, please stop and ask those questions and articulate. And if you want to discuss, always come and speak with me, or put your comments on the thread of this video. So experiential learning is this is like our textbook starts with learning styles, because it is defined on the job and off the job trainings. One more time, I think can go, because I think I missed to emphasize that one. As you can see here at the bottom, individual and group. So all these learnings could be blended learnings. So any type of them. That one should blended learning should be, I think, in the middle. Yeah. It is covering everything. So in online, in person, virtual, in classroom, at work. Okay, so therefore we call, or maybe you can call blended learning as a hybrid learning. Okay, so now we define the training, and training is going to be at work or off the work. So you decided whether you are going to use those blended channel, and you need to start to think about experiential learning types. This is one of the first one. Maybe I should put numeration here. But in our textbook there wasn't, therefore I don't want to change its style. Experiential learning, the customer as a teacher, learning directly from customer interaction is a powerful form of on-the-job experiential learning. So you are learning and you are learning what you are when you are doing something. For example, British customer service staff learn from direct customer feedback. Okay. Social learning. Next slide. Social learning, collaborating for growth. Social learning is, we are inherently social beings, and learning is profoundly social. This is not just about formal training, it's about the everyday interactions and the shared experiences, as well as informal mentorship that shapes us. So kind of like we are interacting with each other and learning through the interactions. So there is a one window on practice social learning in SMEs. There is a critic here you can include if you are taking social learning. SMEs often, if small medium enterprise are there in a case, often rely heavily on informal social learning and peer-to-peer knowledge sharing due to the formal training resources. Because they have limited budgets, therefore it is making problematic for them. Next slide. So coaching, mentoring, and personalized pathway to excellence. This is slide's name. Coaching and mentoring is a part of work. When you start the work, probably you are going to assign with somebody. They are going to check and they are going to teach you, and you are going to follow and watch what they are doing, and you are going to learn from them. And this is like investment for that coaches and mentors, as well as you as a mentee. So this system is creating like the kind of investment to human capital, human potential. So what mentor can do or coach can do is they can offer personalized guidance. Maybe this training could polish their leadership skills, and this kind of training is increasing in the last 20 years. And coaching process equip individuals with tools, knowledge, and opportunities for self-development and increase effectiveness. And mentoring is more informal relationship, typically with senior organizational members as a guide or counselor. As you can see, different wording and different terms has got different meanings, so slightly different. But both of them is in the organization. You are being taught. You are being taught, and often for new employees, unfortunately, this is not like equally distributed. This kind of, because often new employees or those new employees with high potential individuals are included this kind of coaching and mentoring. Next slide is about team coaching and digital revolution in learning and development. Feature in learning and development is lies at the intersection of human connection and technological innovation. We always consider, and we are living in a technological world, and team coaching, on the other hand, is leveraging the collectiveness, collaboration, or maybe collective knowledge or intelligence, you can say. So I think this is the part of really important part. This textbook, because it's futuristic anticipation here. Technological impact is inevitable, and e-learning is the most popular method at the moment. And in this kind of digital revolution is part of that one. And window on practice, mentoring in example of mentoring program for a new nurses is given in it, so please read that case study as well. It's really small reading, it's not a big one. Learning technologies, promise and pitfalls. They have some advantages and disadvantages. I'm going to jump to disadvantage straight ahead. Many design from behaviorist approach, ignoring meaning of people making meaning of this. Because this one happening because okay, let me, here we go. Maybe it's more clear. It doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to cancel that change. Because this is one-way approach, and it is not. People don't have chance to give a feedback. As earlier, you have chance to speak and discuss in the classroom. Also, you can ask your things at the bottom of the thread, and you can put your comment for this training as well. So this is the part of critique, okay? And digital divide. So it is many different devices exist, and users are reluctant about trust and authenticity of the knowledge. And so it is causing some potential isolation as well. So mobile learning for childcare staff, there's a given one case study. You can read that one as well from our textbook. Next slide is cutting-edge emerging, cutting-edge technologies. And new developments like gamification, social media, augmented reality, virtual reality, and big data analytics exist, and they might give some advantage of creating skills as well as they are also, you know, themselves is employees need to have some skills to gain this learning as well. Because they are not like reading books, so they need some basic technological literacy. And although these technologies exist, complexity is one of the deterrent, could be. Also, although this sentence is given positive impacts, people might go and choose in-person learning or on the job learning rather than using technologies. So therefore, I gave that example. And this creates complex, immersive, and highly personalized learning experiences because you are in virtual reality environment, augmented reality environment, and you are going to get a really immersive feelings. And some of the global play discuss using digital games for employee development. And challenges, many technologies are introduced without clear evidence of improved performance. So this is, I think, generic problem in training, learning and development. With any type of learning and development or training, it's really difficult to check the performance. Although this is a bit complicated because there is a one mediator in the middle, technology. So without you don't see your learners outcome, so you may start to struggle to measure the performance of the training. So next section is in our textbook is about evaluation and training, because this is the link started, the challenge. Evaluation is proving a learning development impact and value. This is the aim, but this is really nebulous, and it's really complex to measure in our textbook saying, and I agree with that one. Evaluation is crucial for determining, however, we need to accept that evaluation is a critical, but what kind of evaluation you are going to check? Are we going to check the knowledge level? Are we going to check the skills embraced by employee? Did their attitudes are changed? They are more improved. These are the evaluation. You need to decide what evaluation you are going to do. This is really, you have to be really sharp on this one. If you come with vague and without having any specific attitude, approach, which one you are going to select, you are going to end up like nothing, because all of them complex and you need to focus on only one. Okay. So learning is about changing the behaviors, and learning in organizations are about improving the performance. So this is the next section, and many new technologies and digital games even introduced without clear evidence of performance improved, posing evaluation challenge. So this is given by CIPD, and this is a bureaucratic burden, I must say. So one of the theory is coming from Kirkpatrick. I think I'm gonna use next slide, is more clear for this one. This is again the same professor, but this is the theory from Kirkpatrick. So first, what we are looking at is reaction. What are the immediate reaction of the participants after the training? Okay, so this is the first one. You can check the questionnaire according to the Patrick model. Okay, Kirkpatrick model. Then learning, how the participant acquired knowledge as it was intended. So you design a training, employee learn, and you are gonna have some discrepancy between what you want to teach, what they learn. Okay, this is the aim, and this is the section. And also the next section is next stage is asking, did the training lead to changing behavior at the participant daily work? And but how we can do that one is observation and evaluation. So maybe you can do some performance appraisal meeting, so you can discuss. And result, did the training impact achievement organizational goal? So this is the trouble, because really difficult to link organizational goals in the red and with impact. Okay. So there's another theory here from Hamlin. It is starting with evaluating the training. This is the post-course questionnaire. After training finish, 5 minutes, you are asking people to fill in the questionnaire, whether they are happy or any comment to improve that training. So next stage is evaluating the learning. You are checking employees, how they change their behavior, how they behave at the moment. So as you can see, it's a little bit different. However, this is valid, and you can use in your assignment this kind of approach, Kirkpatrick or this one. But you definitely use evaluation in your training, because we want to measure in business management studies, we want to measure all actions. If you change something, you want to see, you may wish to see whether that change is created impact. Measurable impact is important. Okay? But we accept that there's some short-fallen elements in evaluation. Okay, we just talking about this one, all of that effect. So the third, fourth, and fifth stage is about, again, impact, about from individual to wider societal impact. Yes, next slide is going to be our last slide. So Kirkpatrick's models is simple. There is a critic about that one, because it doesn't capture learning complexities. Hard to measure results, can be costly. Evaluating can be a political process at some time, because human being is there. And newer approaches focus on quality of learning process rather than just outcomes. This is our focus at the moment. Why? Because employees would like to have some flexibility in an employee and in their skills as well. As we earlier last chapter, as we mentioned, even employees don't look after any more structured education. They are looking after some short, quick training skills. And so therefore, newer approaches for training should focus on these kind of skills, rather than, because employees would like to have skill-based hiring. They don't want structured and comprehensive deep knowledge. So they just want to see people has got or employee has got skills to computing or programming. So that's why I say, okay, this is not like long training they need. Okay, so quick one, and they want more flexibility in employees who are flexible, learning all the time, and they are more integrated to new coming in technologies. So all this training, learning, and development is coming from those perspectives. And as employers investing training work, learning and training, because they put money, they put some time, so they want to measure and evaluate that training. So today, I think this is our final chapter 18, and I think I finish in 45 minutes. Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully, I'm happy to see your comments in the classroom or in the chat thread down. I don't know how to stop record. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.